NSIQ Infotech is a dedicated Salesforce partner which is specializing in delivering comprehensive solutions across the various Salesforce clouds. And also we are developing the applications for the AppExchange. So today we marks as a significant milestone as we host our first webinar, which is on that the Rashi and the Arman is giving about the App Exchange. We hope this session offers the valuable insights and learning opportunities for all the attendees. Thank you for joining us, and I will continue to Arman and Rashi. So yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So, I am your one of your speaker. My name is Arman Gadia, and I'm holding the position of Salesforce developer at NSIQ Infotech. And with me, there is Rashi. So, hi Rashi,
Hi Arman,
how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, how
How
much
are
you
you
are
doing?
excited? Yes, I am doing good. How much you are excited about today's webinar?
I am so much excited about this webinar, and I also excited to meet our audience as well.
Hmm? Okay, so Rashi, how before moving ahead, how if we have little introduction about you for our audience?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Rashi Chaube, and I'm working as a Salesforce developer in NSIQ Infotech. And today, me and Arman is walk you through the App Exchange. Like, what is this, and why we need to use this, and all. Okay. So in this webinar today, there is a agendas we are covering. So first one is what is App Exchange? Why should you sell your application on AppExchange? What are some myths about AppExchange? Step by step guide to putting your app on AppExchange. Types of pricing that AppExchange should have, and how Salesforce helps to manage apps. How to choose the right person to implement and develop your applications in AppExchange. So the first question is what is AppExchange? Why people will need to use this AppExchange? So let's go ahead. So AppExchange is nothing. AppExchange is a marketplace. There is a lot of kind of markets are there in a. So now AppExchange is a marketplace for selling your applications. So in simple terms, AppExchange is a market where you can sell your applications to grow your businesses and revenue. And it is not only limited to Salesforce persons only. Whoever is creating the applications, they can put their application on AppExchange.
So, Rashi, if I simplify this, few points need to consider here. Like, App Exchange is not limited to the Salesforce only. The people who are not related to the Salesforce, they can also sell their application on the App Exchange. And after also publishing the application, Salesforce provide supports to innovate your application.
Yes, you are right, Arman.
Okay. Why should you sell your application on the App Exchange?
Yes. So the Salesforce will provide so many benefits. So that's why people need to choose the App Exchange. So I will be list out every each and every one and tell you why you need to sell your application on App Exchange. So first is access to a large customer base. Large customer base means that there is a millions of customers are there in App Exchange who are still using the App Exchange. So when you publish your app through the App Exchange, you get a broad number of customers. Like millions of customers will see your application. So this is the very big benefit for publishing the app in App Exchange because you already get the audience or already get the customers for your application. Those who want to use your application. And the second one is increased visibility and brand exposure. Salesforce in itself is a big brand, and today's market people will go with the brands because if you are publishing any of the application through the brand, so your application will be called as trustworthy application. People will mostly believe in your application. So there is a lot of customers in their application firstly, and there is a you have a very big brand exposure for your particular app. So this is the second benefit you get, and the third one is market validation and credibility. So this is very simple that Salesforce is having so many restrictions before publishing the application because Salesforce in itself following the so much security policies. People need to be have so much secure their app. They will always take care the data breaching of their customers. If your app will be published in a Salesforce, so people will believe that this is follow all the data privacy policies, all the security policies, and it ensures Salesforce ensures to each and every customer that their data will be secured by the Salesforce itself. So this will generate the trust for your customers. And the next one is sales, simplified sales. Simplified sales simply means that you can track your revenues and how many people will buy your application and how many customers are interested in your application. You will all will be see in a Salesforce AppExchange site. So this will be simplified your sales. You can track your sale also. And if there is a millions of customers are there, you have a brand exposure also. So your sales is automatically updated and it will already increased. And the last second fourth one is collaborative ecosystem. Collaborative ecosystem is simply means the collaboration means too many pupils will meet at a one place. So what happens, there is an idea exchange is there in a Salesforce side. So many people will give their ideas, their what you can need to enhance in your application, what is the review, what is not working correctly, what you need to update in your application. So all these will be you can track in the app exchange. So, as the next benefit is continuous innovation and upgrade. So, if you can see, it's a collaborative ecosystem. So, you get the reviews and collaboration, everything in here. So, whatever the application in this market today, if you are not update your application by the time, or whether people is not updating themselves also, so they are not up to the mark in the market. For making your application and up to the mark and always be updated, so you need to be look into the reviews and whatever the idea your customers will providing you to update your application. So this is the most good benefit from the Salesforce side, that you can check the reviews and also take the reviews from your customers also what you need to upgrade in your application. If you continuously focus on the upgradation, so your product is always be sellable in the market. And the last one is support and enablement. This is the best feature that AppExchange provides to each and every person. If you publish your app through the AppExchange, so you get the support from the Salesforce side, whatever the issue you are facing through publishing the app, after the publishing your application. So you can directly reach out the Salesforce support and they will contact you as soon as they possible and they resolve your issues. So in that way, you are not going to stuck anywhere. So these
Great.
are the large benefits that Salesforce provide to their customers.
Okay. Now let's look at what are the popular applications present already on the App Exchange.
Okay. So as Salesforce is very vast, so lot of big brands like AWS, IBM, DocuSign, Box, Intuit, somehow and somewhat we all know these brands because they are very popular brands in in the market right now. So they all are choosing AppExchange due to the numerous benefits the AppExchange provide to their customers. So that's why we all, it's a very good thing that there is a last more customer base are there, marketing credibility are there. That's why these all people choose the app exchange to publish their application. And with the help of these, you can summarize that it is not important to be a Salesforce partner or to relate it to the Salesforce to become to publish our application on app exchange.
Okay. Makes sense.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's break some of the myths. These myths are creating so much confusing regarding the App Exchange. So let's break one by one. So myth number one: only people related to Salesforce can sell their application on the App Exchange.
So this is not a reality, Arman. This is a myth that many people believe that if you are related to Salesforce, that then only you can publish your app on application. But this is not a reality. Whether you are related to the App Exchange or Salesforce or not, you can sell your application on App Exchange. So there are so many examples like Dropbox, Slack, SurveyMonkey, DocuSign. These are not related to Salesforce people, but still they are choosing App Exchange due to their numerous benefits.
And also, if you take the example of the DocuSign was not were not having the relation any kind to the Salesforce. So they thought that their whatever the functionality they are providing, the people who are already on the App Exchange and connected to the Salesforce they also can use their functionalities and features further. So they just put their application on the App Exchange.
Yes, you are right, Anna.
Mhm.
So, myth number two, only Salesforce partner can sell their application on App Exchange.
So this is also myth believed by so many people that in order to put your application on the App Exchange, first you need to Salesforce partner. The person who will be publishing your application, that person need to be Salesforce partner. By you don't need to be a Salesforce partner.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. So Salesforce is only suitable for the large enterprise.
This is totally a myth. Salesforce is not differentiating their application by the revenues and the market standards. Whether you are a small cap companies or a large cap companies, you can still publish your app in the App Exchange.
Mhm.
Salesforce support all kind of environments and all kind of businesses in their App Exchange. So this is just a myth. So people need to be considerate about it.
And also, in my opinion, judging application by its pricing model and revenue, it's not actually appropriate.
Correct. Yes,
Hmm.
Arman.
Okay.
So myth number 4: you need to be technical genius to use Salesforce. Is it true, Arman?
No, it's not true. So many people again thinking that in order to put their application on AppExchange, firstly they need to learn code and get familiar with the Salesforce and stuffs like that, which is not true. The person who will be developing your application, that person will already have the technical knowledge. If you are running certain businesses, you don't need any kind of technical knowledge. You just need to have the business idea in your mind.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. The price on the app exchange must be high.
This is totally a myth. There is no such things in this. Whatever the application you are creating or a person will be creating, the price will be depending on the features, complexity, and how many features are there in that.
Mhm.
And App Exchange provide you a flexibility to price range according to your requirement and what kind of market you are targeting, what kind of applications you have. All these factors are determined the pricing of your application.
Mhm.
So this is just a myth.
Okay. And also we will explain you the different pricing model or whatever the application are classified by the app exchange on their platform in a very little later time. Myth number 6. App exchange is having only paid application. Is it true, Rashi?
This is not true. This is big myth in today's world. So many people should have. App Exchange contain both free and paid application in its platform. Again, the price of an app will totally depend on the features, as I already told you. So, providing some of the apps paid in App Exchange, is it true? But some are not paid, and some are freemium, and some are premium. So, all these are things basis on the who has published the app, who is the owner of the app. They will decide whether this app is paid or not, but there is so many applications that are already free. So this is a myth. Not all apps are paid in applications in App Exchange. Sorry.
Okay. Step by step guide to put your application on the app exchange. This is a very important step. So first, first if you wish to publish your application on the app exchange, first you should have the idea like whatever, how can you create your application, whatever the business idea you are having, and most importantly, what purpose, by what motive you are, what kind of problem you are solving with your application. That is the first step, that is creating the application. And second is what are the actual steps that we need to follow if you want to publish your application and get connected to the app exchange. So first, Rashi, let's guide our audience that what are the steps, what are the theoretical steps you need to follow if you are having any idea in your mind.
Yes. So now we are guiding you through how you need to create your application. So step one is gather the technical requirements. Firstly, you have to determine what is the purpose of your application, what values you are going to serve to your customer, and what is the problem you are solving by your help, by the application. So, and you also need to decide what will be your targeted markets also, and what technical stuff you will require to create that particular application. So this is the step one. And the step two, okay. So the step two is develop a clear value proposition, which means that you have to know what are the services and what will be the problem you are solving to your customers, what value your application will give to your customers. So this is a very crucial role in developing any of the application, because everyone, whoever is creating any application, is created for their customers, right? So we need to know what kind of issues we are solving to our customers, and we always think from the perspective of customer as well, what benefits they get from our application.
Okay.
So next step is step 3, which is provide excellent customer support to your customers. So customer support is so much important in any of the application and any of the organization also. You have to interact with your customers, so in that way the customer will connect with you and trust with you also, because once the product is purchased by you, and if you are not going to interact with your customers, so people will not come in your application because they are not having any kind of problem solvers, right? So you have to be provide a customer support to your customers.
Right.
So the step number 4 is create a polished user interface and experiences. So if I tell you, this is the most crucial role whenever you're creating any of the application. If your app is so much complicated, so people are not coming and not buying and not using your application, because in today's world people are not going to dig their minds on just operating the applications, because there in today's world for just payment there is a 10 to 15 apps are there for just making the payments. So why people come in your application? People come, and whether the just people will open your application, they just get your idea why you're getting this app, and you have to create a very polished and very user friendly interface to your customers. So once they come in your application, they just like your look and feel and how to operate all this. It's just a point and click. And this is the step number 5, which is testing and quality assurance. This is very, very, very important whenever you're creating any code, application, and whatever you want. So for that, whether the people will cook their food, they still need to taste it, right, Arman?
Yes, that's a good
Yes. So,
example.
yes. So why we are not testing our applications? So whatever the functionality, whatever the features we are creating, we need to test it.
Yes,
What are all the functionalities we need to test? The performance of the app we need to test, and the usability also test, and also test from the user perspective also. So
correct.
we need to test thoroughly our application. And the step number 6 is market your app effectively. Once you created your application, then how your customers will know that you will solve their problem by the help of application? So you need to target your audience. You need to smartly market your application. You have to plan your market, how you can market your application. So this is the step 6, which is very important. And the last step, which is step 7, security review. Review your security, data breaching policies, integrity of your application, and you have to review your app code, check all the vulnerabilities that your application should have, and also ensure that your application meets the standard Salesforce security policies. If you choose AppExchange, so Salesforce will have so many data privacy policies, so many data security policies for their customers. So until unless you are not following all the check marks of the Salesforce side, the data privacy policies that the Salesforce will provide, until unless your app is not going to published by the Salesforce. So this is the very big benefit that Salesforce AppExchange provide to you. So now this is the steps that you are need to creating any the application. So now Arman is going to guide you how to live publish your app in an app exchange. So I'm requesting Arman to please guide our
Oh,
audience.
okay. Thank you, Rashi. Okay. Azhar is asking something. How does the customer know that the app they are going to buy? Buy. It was all security measure. Okay. So before publishing your application, Salesforce check thorough all the security test, all the security guideline they provided. Like if application is publishing on the AppExchange, if before getting it published, Salesforce checks all the security check marks, like is all the profiles and securities and are measured correctly. Whatever the restriction provided by the Salesforce is kept while publishing, and is there any vulnerability or something like that. If your application having in any kind of the bugs, then Salesforce will give you a feedback. After solving that feedback, uh, then and only then, if your application will be free of any of the vulnerability, then and only then they can publish their application. Otherwise, Salesforce won't allow that. I hope that answers.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So let's jump into our org and see what are the actual steps that need to follow while creating the application.
Yes, Arman.
Okay, I think my screen should be visible.
Yes, Rama, your screen is
Oh,
visible.
okay, so the very first step is you need to go to the partner portal of the Salesforce. So you can just write the partner.salesforce.com. Okay, so first I need to log in.
Okay.
Okay, so now we are on the partner portal. So you need to go to the publishing step first.
Okay. So before continuing, Arman, someone has asked one question. Lakhan Thakur, how to become a Salesforce partner? So
Okay,
Salesforce is
yeah,
so
yeah,
Lakhan.
continue.
Okay. So Salesforce is having so many programs for become a Salesforce partner. Salesforce offers various partner program also, like consulting partner, ISV partners, and AppExchange partner. So you will firstly become to register to their program, and then after you have to fulfill some details that Salesforce asks you, and then after the registration of your company, Salesforce will verify your details, and then after you will be if you are qualified for that program and after this registration, so Salesforce will get back to you and become your partner. I hope this answer to you, Lakhan.
Okay,
Okay. So Arman,
okay,
continue.
okay. So then we need to go to the listing tab. So here you can publish, you can follow the first step of your publishing your application. As you can see, we have already published our application, NSIQ Infotech. We are consulting partner with the Salesforce. So we have published our application on the AppExchange. But if you want to publish your application from scratch, then you need to go to here and click the new listing tab. Now there is a three options, which is package solution, API, and consultant. Let's understand one by one. First is package solution. So package solution will be packed of all the things like Apex code, triggers, LWC components, etc., etc. That package should be deployed on the production, and from that you need to publish that package on the App Exchange, and then that app will go live. Second is API. Let's say you are making any kind of the integration, like you are providing a payment gateway, and you have created an API. You want to publish that API on the App Exchange, so you can select the API option. And third is consultant. If we are already partner with the Salesforce, like us, we are already consulting partner of the Salesforce, and we are aligned with the Salesforce. Our company is Salesforce oriented. So if we want to publish our application on the App Exchange, then we need to select the consultant option. So first I'm selecting the package solution, and then you need to select one of them, like Salesforce platform package, B2C commerce cartage, W accelerator. I'm selecting the Salesforce platform package. So here are the few solutions that are provided by this App Exchange platform. First is Salesforce app. So Salesforce app is nothing but a ready to go app. If you think that you have already created your application and that application can be further used by the customer, you can simply put them on their platform. Example, the Conga Composer. They have created already their application and they are providing the functionality of generating the document. So what they thought, that people who are on the Salesforce, they can use their application for generating the documents like terms and condition documents, agreement document, etc., etc. So that was it. Second is Bolt solution. What is Bolt solution? So Bolt solution is a pre-built template that you can publish on the AppExchange. Let's say you have the template of the health organization, and you are thinking that that template can further be used whoever is creating the health application. So that person will not need to create the application from scratch. They can use your template and publish their and create their UI. Third is flow solution. If you are thinking that you have made some automations and all, that will be considered as a flow solution. So you can put them simply on their marketplace. And the last is lightning component. So let's say you have built a custom data table uh, by using the LWC component. So if you think that this is a dynamic component and can be further used by the all the Salesforce developer who are already present on the Salesforce, so you can just put your LWC component and get published on the AppExchange. So here I'm selecting the Salesforce app and selecting the language English. Okay. So the very first tab is fill in the
Okay.
basics. So first is listing title. This title will be visible to everyone on the AppExchange. Second is brief description. You have to write a brief description about your application. Then is solution specification. Like first is required Salesforce product. Like what kind of Salesforce cloud you are going to use. That can be mentioned here. And compatible Salesforce product, like in which cloud you want to allow your application to get installed, which is either it is a sales cloud, service cloud, and also you can create multiple options here.
Okay.
Third is support Salesforce edition, like in what kind of org you want to allow your application to get installed, like either it is a professional, enterprise, unlimited, performance, developer. Third is support features. Lightning experience, like will your application be supported in the Lightning experience or older version of the Salesforce, like Salesforce Classic. Second is Salesforce Shield. So Salesforce Shield is a extended security feature provided by the Salesforce, like end-to-end encryption. Third is person account. Whether the accounts available on the Salesforce can be used in your application or not. Then is multiple currencies. Like if you are thinking that your application will be published in the global market, then you need to check the multiple currency option here. Will your application be mobile friendly or not? And will your application be available in the Lightning app builder? And you can also select multiple options here.
Okay. Arman, just
Hmm.
wait. Azhar is going to ask one of the question. How does the publisher determine the price point of their application? So Azhar, just wait for 2 to 5 minutes. Arman is going to cover this also in this live application.
Hmm.
So after this 2 slides, you can get this one. Thanks.
Okay.
Sure, thanks.
Yes, Arman, continue.
Yes. Okay. So you need to decide what supported industry you are, like agriculture, automotive, communication, etc. Then you need to decide what kind of target market you are targeting, like administrator, architect, consultant, data analyst, and you can also select multiple options here.
Okay.
What kind of language will be supported in your application? Again, you can select multiple options here. And what is your business needs? So as you can see, Salesforce has categorized all the business needs in a very well manner. These are categorized and
Yes.
subcategorized by tabbing. So you can just select what kind of industry you are following. Okay, so this is very important checkbox I can say. First is diverse own business. So if you think that your uh, application is doing any kind of the social activities, let's say your application is a NGO, and if you think you are doing any kind of the social activity, and you if that application want to put in the app exchange, so you need to check this box here, which is diverse down business. And second is accessible solution. So if you think that your application containing the features which can be used by the disabled people, so you need to check this checkbox. Okay, so
Okay.
there is one more thing, pledge 1%. Oh, okay. So, what is Pledge 1%? Pledge 1% is a philanthropy which organization has taken down the initiative that if you are registered with that, the 1% of your revenue of your company will be donated to the social for the social activities. So, if you are connected with the Pledge 1%, so you can check box here. Then you need
Nice
to
one.
provide the additional requirement, and then at the end you need to provide a business contact, which is email address of your business. Okay. Then you move ahead, and here is the pricing model. So AppExchange is having a different pricing model, free, paid on required premium. And how are these features is classified? We are going to cover in little later slide, very next slide I can say. So first, for now, you need to consider like is your application will be free of cost on the application or paid. So you can just select here. So after selecting that, you just need to wait for the Salesforce to check all your basics details. Like if you gone through with the first tab and second tab, then your application will be approved from the basic details. Once this got approved, then you need to go to the next step, which is describe your solution. Here you need to present your SEO title if you are having any kind. Then you need to provide a tagline that will be visible on next to your title of your application. Then you need to provide a full description of your application. Also, you can you can mention the highlight of your application. You can see we also can create multiple highlights options. Then what are the terms and condition and policies your application is having? Then is listing support, like if you are having any kind of the support team which will be available for your customer after publishing your application, you need to give the detail of that support team here. And after that, next step is include visuals. In this you can decide what kind of UI will be of your application, how your application will look on the AppExchange platform. There is you can upload a small logo and large logo. Then if you want to allow marketing user to use your application, you can select here yes or no. Then if you are having any screenshot available, you can upload it by here. If you have any kind of video that describes your application, you can upload it from here. And then if your demo video is in the some of the external website, that link of that external website you have to mention here.
Okay.
Then is you can also add multiple custom resources here. Then is link your solution. So whatever managed package you have created in your org, that will be visible here. So as you can see, I have created my first package, and I have also created version. So I'm just selecting that, and after selecting the security checkbox, And you need to decide either your application can be installed from the app exchange itself or installed from the website. That can be selected from the here. And after completing all the steps, if you are having any free trial template, like before logging in your application, before getting registered in your application, you want to allow your customers for free trials like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. And if you are having a template of free trial, you can uh, search from here and you can select from here. And you need to provide the org ID here. Okay. Once this all step is done, then you just need to set back and review what is the progress of your application from the Salesforce end. You can also see that Salesforce has provided a very decent interface. They have arranged each and everything in a raw manner. You can check like what is the review progress of your application. So that was the actual steps that you need to follow while publishing your application.
Okay. So, Arman, could you please guide our audience how many days it takes to publish the app from the App Exchange?
Okay, so actually that is depend on your application, like what kind of functionality and feature your application is containing. Let's say if your application is containing minimum features, that application can be published in 2 to 3 weeks. And if your application is having numerous features, that can be published around that can take up to 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. Thank you, Arman.
Okay.
So, now Arman is going to tell you what are the types of pricing Salesforce is giving.
Okay. So there are different pricing model after publishing your application. So this is the four types of pricing provided by this app exchange, which is free, paid, add-on required, paid, and freemium. So first is free application. So free application means free. Like if you want to allow your customer to install the application without any charging, so you can simply keep your application free. Then is paid add-on requirement. In this application, some of the features will be free and some of the features will be paid. And third is paid. This application will be fully paid. Whatever the amount is decided by the person who is developing the application, that amount need to pay by the user before installing the application. And last but not the least is freemium. So freemium will be having the two models. First will be the basic version of the application, and second will be the paid version of your application. And this is very popular business model of the application. Like if we take the example of the Google Drive is providing the functionality of 15 GB storage to each user, each free user. If anyone want to extend that storage, they need to buy a premium version of it. And also similarly YouTube, anyone can watch videos on the YouTube free of cost, but there will be ads in between the videos. If you want to skip those ads, you need to buy the subscription of the YouTube.
Yes. So, Arman,
Hmm.
I have one question, which is,
Okay.
uh, what is the main difference between the paid add-ons and freemium side?
Okay, let me explain you by this example. Let's say CPQ. Okay, so CPQ will be the considered as a paid add-on required application, because people who are familiar with the CPQ, they already know that the some of the features of the CPQ is free, but some of the
Yes.
features are paid. And freemium will contain basic basic version of application and the premium version of the application. Again, we can take the example of the Spotify. Like each and every user can listen to the music free, but in
Yes.
between the songs there will be ads, and
Yes.
ads visible in their interface. If they want to bypass those ads, they need to buy a premium version of it. And also, if premium version provides some of the extended functionality like downloading functionality and etc. Similarly, ChatGPT, the basic version of the ChatGPT is free, but if you want to
Yes.
buy,
Yes.
if you want to increase limit, you can buy the premium version of it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Arman.
Okay, so how Salesforce help to manage application? Okay, so pay a little attention here because this is very important information here. Sometimes in a situation happens in which you need to just enable and disable some of the features of your application, and also some of the license of your application. Like in any instance happen in which your customer is not paying to you. In that case, how you can simply disallow your user to use their application or use a certain kind of features that help is providing from the Salesforce end. So Rashmi, just guide our audience that how Salesforce can help to manage application after they got published.
Yes, Arman. Sure.
Mhm.
So, how Salesforce helps to manage app? For any of the management or any of the application should have the management part, right? So management is always important in from all the perspective, whether it's an organization, application, and whatever it is. So Salesforce is providing three types of. So first is FMA. FMA is helps businesses to manage their features. So FMA help businesses to manage the features and functionality within the Salesforce environment. It also allows the admin of the application or customize the specific features based on the certain requirements and preferences that AppExchange should have or the application that you are creating is having. And in simple terms, if I conclude everything, the FMA means that it's like having a remote control of the features of the application of the different parts of the apps, which helps to turn on and off of their features. If there is some checkbox and toggle screen are there, if you wanted to enable that particular feature for your user, you have to on, and if you don't want, then you just off that particular feature of your application. This is something which is called FMA. And the second management is license management application, which is LMA. So LMA in a Salesforce AppExchange is a tool designed to help software vendors to manage and track the licenses of their Salesforce AppExchange. It allows vendors to monitor the users of their application, track customer subscription, and also manage renewals and provide support to their customers also. If I will give you an example of LMA, license management system, so if you are buying like Netflix, if you're buying an account in a Netflix which having a 4 users license, so one account you are going to buy, and there is a 4 users you will be assigned. Like 4 user will log in your application, and they guys can use your account, right? So if one person will delete their account, so there is one more license will be again renewed. So in that way, LMA will works, and people who are related to Salesforce, they can more relate to the licensing management system, because for using or purchasing anything, you get the license from the Salesforce side or so many application side, and then you can use this particular application. And the third one is COA. COA means a channel order application. So CO channel means categorization. So Salesforce categorize the so many things from the sources and from where your leads will become. You can track all this by the CEO. So CEO in Salesforce AppExchange is a tool that helps companies to manage their sales order thoroughly from different channels or method or sources from where your customers will become. It also allows businesses to streamline the process of receiving and processing in fulfilling orders from various sources such as online retail, vendors retail, online sale, distribution partners, from where your most of the customers will be come, and from which of the season most of the person will be buying your particular product, and from which of the places where the people are not buying your product. So you can trace your sales, and you can also market your things from where you need to market more and where you need to less marketing yourself. So all these you can plan by the help of COA, which is channel order management application.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. So now Arman is going to guide you for creating any of the application and for publishing your application, how you can choose the right person, because it is very important to for any of the organization or for any of the application, how you can choose a particular person to create your application. So I
So,
request Arman to please guide our audience.
okay, thanks again, Rasi. Okay. So, choosing the right person is a very crucial step if you want to publish your application. So, if you wish to publish your application on AppExchange, either you are going to do by yourself, or either you are going to hire a team or any person who will be publishing your application on behalf of you. So, if you are hiring any person, what are the points that you can keep in mind while searching for that person? So, while choosing the person to implement your app, you should consider a few points. First is expertise. The person who is publishing your application should have relevant skills that matches your development requirement. The person who is expert should have a skill to understand your application, whatever the business ideas you are having, and how they can be implemented technically. That expertise is needed in the person. Second is value. The person whom you are hiring, that person need to be valuable in your in the Salesforce ecosystem also, and market also should have the decent value. And you can also check project scale, like what projects that person has worked in their past. So this is the three important step you can consider, which is expertise, value, and project scale while choosing the person of that develop your application. And here are some other things to consider when choosing the right person to implement our application. First, you need to define the project. First you need to decide that what kind of application will be. First, you need to decide what is the purpose of your application. I mean, what is the motive of your application? What kind of problem you are solving? Second is creating a budget, how much you are ready to pay and spend on your application. So after deciding these two steps, you need to research for the companies. That company will provide you a team or a person or a Salesforce expert who will be publish your application and develop. Then you can review the job application of that person. Also, you can conduct interviews in which you can ask the question to that person. Is that person is relevant enough to understand your requirement? And you can also give the opportunity to ask question to that person. If the person is having already familiar with the Salesforce, that that it might their question also seems sensible if that person is already having a knowledge. And you can compare candidates, like which person having the highest skill and which person is fitting right into your budget. So that was these few steps you need to consider while choosing the person.
Hmm. Yes. So thank you so much, Arman,
Yeah.
for this. And I'm thanking for all the audience that you are coming in this webinar and giving your time. So now let's start our Q&A session. Whatever the doubts, whatever the single fact, thought, whatever you guys having, just questioning us. We will try to solve all your queries. So first question is from Devesh Chauhan.
Okay.
Yes, Devesh,
Yes,
please.
Divyesh.
Hello, Arman and Rasi. Thank you for
Yes,
representing this amazing
thank
webinar.
you.
Okay.
So, one question is from my side. Can you tell me what is the namespace in FXN?
Okay.
Yes,
So,
yes.
namespace is a prefix that will be visible as a name of your package, and that name will be unique in the entire organization, in entire Salesforce org. Let me explain you by this example. Let's say your namespace you specify is DBS, and your package name is package one. So after publishing that package, your your package will be DVS package one. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Arman.
Hmm.
Okay, and the second question is come from Arpit. Yes, Arpit.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
I have one question. Why people choose App Exchange rather than Google Play Store or any other marketplace?
Okay. So actually, whatever the marketplace will be, have their own functionality. If you want to got published on the app exchange, then you will get the benefit from the Salesforce. Whatever the functionality is provided by the Salesforce, you can take the benefit from that. And Google Play Store and other like App Store, they will have their own benefits provided to this customer. I hope that answers.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yes.
now
Yes,
Vrushank
sir.
is having one question.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hi, Vrushank.
How are you?
We are good. How's you?
Yes, I'm also good. So I have one questions for the board solutions. So can you please explain me means how many types of the board solutions in the your Salesforce App Exchange?
Mhm. Okay, so Vrushank, actually, there are no types of the bolt solution. Bolt solution, as I explained earlier, bolt solution are the pre-built templates that you can use further. So let's take the example of any kind of marketing things. Like you are publishing the template which can be useful for the marketing people, and you have just created that, and you are thinking that that template can be used further by other customers as well. So you can put your template on the app exchange.
Okay.
Okay. Ravi is asking something. Yes, Ravi.
Stop.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, my question: what are the prerequisites for the like publishing the app in App Exchange? It means what we have to consider before if I am thinking about the publishing my app in App Exchange.
Okay, so you have to consider Ravi before publishing any of the app. There is a so many standards Salesforce will having before publishing the app. There is a so many data privacies are there. So firstly, you have to review the data privacy policies of the application, and then you have to check the security and authenticity of the application that you are publishing. Is it taken care by the Salesforce standard or not? And you have to follow all the best practices for creating your application. If your best practices will be not followed, so Salesforce is not allowing you to publish the application. So these are the three main prerequisites that you need to follow.
And like one more question,
Yes.
does Salesforce App Exchange like provide any backup data if my app subscription will expire? Or
Uh,
in other condition if like provider like app provider is like quit from app exchange, so what happened with my data?
okay. So firstly, Salesforce is not standardly provide the Salesforce backups. Whatever the app you are publishing, backups are Salesforce is not providing standardly. Okay. So what you need to do, you firstly the whoever the like if you are publishing your application on AppExchange, you have to taking care of your backups and Salesforce, and there is a so many AppExchange apps are there in the Salesforce side. If you purchase that particular app, so they will take care of your backups in your applications. And once your license is expired in from the Salesforce AppExchange side, so there is no longer you are available to take the backups also. So these features you need to be taken care if you are planning to publish your application.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Any more questions? Yes, Divyesh.
Divesh.
Yeah, Arman, one more question for myself.
Okay.
Uh, and last Friday, I've tried to create first publish my package. So
Mhm.
when publish a package, there is two options. One is manage, or second word is beta. So can you
Mhm.
tell me what is manage and beta?
Okay, so actually beta version is for the testing purpose only. In beta version, you can do anything, and if you wish to change anything further, you can do it. Also, Actually, beta package is a which is under development package. You cannot deploy that package into the production. In order to deploy certain package on the app exchange, first that package must be managed.
Okay, thank you, Arman.
Okay. Okay. Any other? Yes. 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 Please ask.
Mm,
Hi Arman and Rashi.
hi.
I.
One case question from my side. Can you please describe the cost structure of the app exchange?
Yes, sure. So the total costing of your application once you are going to live your application from the Salesforce AppExchange is $2,700. So
Okay.
if I break through you this though, so 2,550 will be your security review fee from the Salesforce side, and $150 will be your first year AppExchange listing fee. If you want to renew again, so you need to pay again in the next year.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello,
Any
Vaibhav
other?
this side. Uh, First of all,
Yeah. Yeah.
thanks Arman and Rashi for this knowledgeable session.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I just had a small question, like if I have some idea and I have created some app, so
Mhm.
is it possible that I can deploy it unmanaged so that if someone wants to develop it further, then they can do that as well?
Uh, Actually, if you are publishing certain application, your application will be contain a managed package, right? So in that managed package, you are not allowed to further change. And if you wish to change any kind of any things in your Apex code, or let's say trigger, whatever present in that particular managed package, first you need to request to the Salesforce support team. Then they will give you access by which you can update whatever the you are trying to update your application. So by reaching to the Salesforce support team, you can do that. But once your managed package is published, then you can not change any further. You just need to update another version of your package. I hope that answers.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Arman.
Okay.
Now Khushbu is having one of the question. Yes, Khushbu.
Yeah. So just wanted to understand about the beta version in production.
Okay. Yeah, Khushbu, can you please repeat your question? I was,
Yeah, so the question is about the beta version in production.
okay. Can you elaborate your question, please? I mean, I can't understand what is, what are you trying to asking?
The question is about like how the as the Divesh shared that there is a manage and the beta, both the versions are available, right? So how
Mhm.
the beta version is actually working in a production.
Actually, beta, you are not allowed to deploy the beta version of your package until it's not managed. Only and only managed
Okay,
package can be deployed on the production.
all right, all right. Yeah, thank you. One more question from my side. What is the limitations of AppExchange for publishing the app?
Okay. So, Khushbu, there are so many limitations the Salesforce provide. So, firstly, your application will need to be reviewed from all the security policies that Salesforce is providing. And the second, you have to compliance and legal obligation will be clear from your side, which your application is having. If any kind of offense is there, there is any kind of things which you are doing from your app which is not good. So, these all kind of legal compliances and obligations you need to check. And the package size limitation is also there. You cannot publish so much large package in this, so you have to be limit your package size also. And there is not all kind of metadata will be supported by the package whichever you are deploying for your App Exchange. So you have to take in care for that also, and you have to go through with the approval process, because the approval process will be very big. Like there is a 4 to 6 week will be there for just approval from the Salesforce side. So this is the one of the most limitation in the Salesforce App Exchange side, that it will be take more time. If I summarize you, if your application will be fail in a first time for passing the all the security